There we go. Now I don't have that Fan of the Opera look. Instead, it's more creepier. Ooh! Ooh! Alright, I'm done with that. This will be the first and last time I use this light in my car, but I got it to avoid any battery problems. So as you can tell, I saw the first great summer movie of this year. Whoops. Let me get the light up there. There we go. Ooh, scary Morgan! Ooh! There we go. Actually, it looks fine right there. Okay, is there a way to stand that up somehow? Yeah, because it looks okay when I do it this way. Again, testing something new out with the lighting, but no, I'll just keep it down there for now. Oh yeah, I forgot this thing can move up. Happy Halloween! I just look like a fucked up alien. Alright. Oh well, I'll just look a little creepy. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Good lord, for the life of me, I did not just see a good movie. I saw a legitimately great sequel. Like, this champions Wrath of Khan and Empire Strikes Back rolled up into a ball. Ooh. It's a nice orange glow here. It's like a lava lamp. Okay, I'm done playing with the light. I gotta careful here. So my car battery doesn't wear out anymore. Oh. Like it in the past. Like, oh my goodness. If you liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, chances are you're really gonna love this one. I don't think it'll be detested or rejected. There might be a couple of few things. But just hands down, without going into details, it's a legit great sequel. I don't even have anything else to say. It's a legit great sequel. It's a good start to the summer. Legit good start to the summer. I'm not even over-exaggerating like I did with Godzilla, with Gareth Edwards' little Godzilla movie there. No, I'm being legit. This is a good sequel. And if this doesn't become a success, I don't know what else will. The cast members are back. James Gunn is back in the writing and the directing, and he's really good with his tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff. And that's what I love about James Gunn. He really knows how to channel the sci-fi genre while keeping it fresh and new, referencing things while keeping it, you know, similar and different. Knowing when to use the right cliches, when to develop them, and when to develop them at the right time, when to expand upon characters. This, it just blew itself out of the water. Okay, where to begin? First, let me get spoilers out of the way. I am Groot. 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 Ooh, I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Nom 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 nom. I am Groot. 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 Bing boop. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Ooh, I am Groot. I am Groot. Ooh, I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Ooh, I am Groot. No, I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. During the credits. Okay, I'm done. Let me legitimately talk about this movie for real. Because when you see the trailers, they give you... The trailers for this movie are like a puzzle piece. They give you the pieces. And then when you go see this movie, they give you the means to actually piece them together. And that's a clever idea. It's the same thing they did with the first movie, but here they do it a whole lot better because you don't know who the villains are, who to trust. And that's what I like about this film. Going into it fresh with young eyes... You know, knowing the characters in the first film, you really don't know what to expect. You really don't. There are times you wonder, okay, are they going to split off and do adventures? They do. They actually do, but there's legit points. There's legit reasons. It's not just, oh, we're going to break up and blah, blah, blah. No, they give exact reasons why someone's going this way and why someone's going that way. When they fight with each other and argue like a family, like brother and sister, there's legit points for why they're fighting like a family. It is, without a doubt, a well-fleshed out and arguably a better film than the first movie. I go as far as to say it's almost there. It's legitimately on par, or it's better than the first film. Okay, so I don't want to give this... I don't want to talk about the plot too much. I'm just going to talk about stuff that's, you know, in the trailers, as always, because, again, you want to go in fresh eyes and fresh mind, so I don't want to give away the juicy stuff. So, if you've seen the trailers, you know that Kurt Russell's in this movie, and he plays Peter Quill's father. And without giving too much away, like legitimately too much away, I like what they did, not only with the character, but also with the concept of the character. The fact that he's pretty much literally in his own little world, and he's so obsessed by the idea of just him being alone. This might be a small spoiler, but Peter's father's name is Ego. And as we all know, what happens when you have a big ego is that a big ego can literally go to your head. And the way they play around with the character and his ambitions and what he wants to do, his goals, they're done so perfectly that you don't know if he's a straight-up good guy or a straight-up villain. They keep you guessing the entire time. That is what I love. I love that. I want to keep guessing. I want to know about this. So when they have the big reveal over what he wants to do and his, what side he's on, I think that's a better way of putting it without, giving everything away. When you figure out what side of the mirror he's on with Peter and everybody else, that's when you start to realize there's a lot more at stake than just Peter finding out that he has a father. And even then, before that big reveal, it's interesting because there are some nice moments between Peter and Ego. So you get the idea that there is a father-son connection between things. You do feel that for quite some time. So when you have that big twist that comes in, that's when everything comes together and you realize just exactly what is the big connection between the two. Now, of course, on to less big spoilery kind of stuff. They got a new member named Mantis, and she's a riot. Her scenes with her and Drax are definitely great. If you know from the first movie, Drax has trouble with metaphors. He has some awkward social kind of issues. And the way those two play around with each other is just perfect. There's like little legit moments where you can actually see them, as legit crossing, an actual legit, couple in a sense, because they both, misunderstand each other. They misunderstand things. There's a great scene when Drax is supposedly hitting on her. He's all like, "Oh, you look ugly." "Oh, do I look ugly?" No, I mean ugly as in a good way. Like, you look like ugly is a good thing for you. "Oh, I'm proud to be ugly." Like, stuff like that is just brilliantly written. Because with Drax, he's gone through so much in his life to the point where he's a shut-in, but not a complete mean shut-in. He just doesn't understand things. He doesn't get metaphors, all that kind of stuff. And I know people connect that to, autism, which, okay. But I just like the idea that he has someone to connect to, even though he doesn't realize it at the same time. There's a lot more they do with Gamora and her sister Nebula. Yeah, she's back, and she has like a bigger motive. We finally understand why there's such a tiff between these two, and it works perfectly. We actually get an understanding as to why these two are so at each other's wits, and the way they build up into that thing is just well done. The fact that she's literally going after her own sister, not because she hates her, not because, there's something riding against Gamora, but the fact that Nebula is trying to be this perfect person, but then you kind of realize there's a side of Gamora that isn't very perfect either. There's a sibling rivalry that's going on between the two, and they have this big family tiff drama that's going on. Everyone has a big family drama tiff. There's Yondu, played by Michael Rourke. There's a lot more stuff with him, and he plays such a crucial role in this movie that, dare I say, I wish he gets nominated for an Oscar. If he doesn't, I won't be too surprised. I'm starting to realize he's the next national treasure next to Nicolas Cage. Like, oh my goodness. This man should be in more good movies. He is that good. And the way they develop his character out is so great. We understand why he has such a connection to Peter Quill, why he understands him. why Yondu didn't want to give up to his dad in the first place, and all that sort of stuff. What he actually saw in him than just being, a usage per se. The fact that he's more of a father figure than his actual father, which is interesting and ironic at the same time, and the way that plays off at the end is so beautiful. I swear to God, when it gets to that scene where it pays off with the relationship between Peter Quill and Yondu, it was so silent in the theater, you could hear a pin drop. I won't say what happens, I don't say what will, but let me just tell you, when it comes full circle between those two, Niagara Falls, baby! Niagara Falls! Damn. I said the stuff that I can say, but I don't want to get rid of the rest. I don't want to ruin the rest. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Rocket and Groot. They're good. They're good as always. I love Rocket because he's kind of like the grumpy of the Seven Dwarfs. Like, he's such a tiff, but there's a heart to his character. And even there's a scene where Yondu confronts him, and he's like, I know you because I was like you, and that kind of stuff. And it's such a beautifully done scene. You should get into the heart and center of the character that, yeah, he's a jerk, but he doesn't understand compassion or anything because he has no reason of it. His heart is literally just this empty center that he's trying to fill with all these things that amuse him to his own meanness because of the crap that happened to him. He's pretty much a lab experiment animal that turned into what he's become. And that's why he doesn't have a heart, because of what he's, been turned into. And that seems to be the legit running theme throughout the whole film. They're literally coming to terms with who they are and why they belong together as such a family. In the first film, it was about them meeting together and learning that they can't live without each other. Here, they finally come to terms realizing that even though they're so different and because they're so bitter and angry with each other, that really doesn't just mean they should shut each other off and isolate each other. They help each other out. They exist for a big purpose. So we have the big fight scene at the end. We really care about these characters. We don't want to see them die. We don't want to see anything bad happen to them. It's the first film all over again where they're working together so well and they're playing off of each other to the point where we just don't want to see them go. Does it borrow some of the same beats in the first movie? A little, but like I said, it gets the upper advantage because it's doing things differently. It's like Empire Strikes Back. It's like Wrath of Khan. It's taking these characters that we know so well and love and elaborating on them and discussing who they are and what they really mean in this whole big universe that they're in. And that's why I think this movie legitimately works. It's diving into these characters more and getting an understanding of them. Yes, there is a villain. Yes, there is a plot. But at the same time, there's a journey going on psychologically and emotionally. They're trying to find, this place in the universe in a sense, and then they realize that there is no such thing. And at the best chance, the least what they have is each other. And that's really what matters the most. And that's the whole running theme of the entire film. It's not the search for Peter's father, it's the search for what is a family. It works so beautifully in this movie. Like, so beautifully. I'm just going to say right now, James Gunn, he's getting up there. He's getting up there, one of my favorite directors. I think he's a clever writer. I think he knows how to, deal with these characters and their issues. He really knows how to handle such challenging hot topics. And the way he plays around with these things, it's like Futurama, only done better, and in live action. No offense to Futurama. I love Futurama, for God's sakes. But if I had to compare this, in a nutshell, it's definitely Futurama because the heart and soul is there. It's not just, hover scooters and stuff like that flying around. It's not like, Zoidbergs or anything, or beer-drinking robots. It's the fact that as society changes, people don't. People are a complex issue. People have these complexities that they either have the essentials of changing temporarily or not changing for the good. And this movie really nails it on the head so well. That's what I love about it. I'm gonna have to watch these two back to back and see which is the better film. I just love them so much. But like I said, I say arguably this is the Adam Stanley values of the Marvel franchise. It's definitely funnier. I'm definitely taking my friend Dan to see this. He would have been with me if it wasn't for a hockey game he was with. It's funnier. It's a whole lot darker. I'm not even gonna... If I say one single thing about some of the jokes in here, it will question. In terms of the darkness, picture Batman Returns if the quirky dark stuff was actually earned. If it legitimately actually earned those dark moments, not throwing them at the screen and seeing if it sticks. Even though I do like that movie for its weirdness, this film actually does right. It actually takes those dark turns, and it's not afraid to do it. It's not afraid to take risks. It's not afraid to push the boundaries further with its humor. There's a great bit where Rocket is poking fun at one of the scavengers' names because it's so stupid, and I don't want to ruin the joke, but he puts it with something even worse. That's probably the only example I can give away, but other than that, this is just legitimately good. The soundtrack, it's as good as the first film, if not even better. They have a little bit of Fleetwood Mac in the climax. You have Baby Groot dancing to ELO. Oh god, Baby Groot, I can't forget about Baby Groot. There's not a whole lot of them, but at the very least, I'm glad they didn't do too much, because then it would have been just a little distracting in a sense. But the stuff they do with Baby Groot, I think it works because they know exactly when to put it in the right spots. We laugh when he's trying to be comedic. We feel bad for him when he's being, kicked around and stuff. Because when essentially it's a toddler, but in the sense of a tree, it's still Vin Diesel, just shrunk and smaller and going, "Hey, Groot." Yeah. The only thing that I can yak on about is the spoiler section, but I don't want to give anything away. I don't. Seriously, this is a legit good movie. Don't sit here listening to me. Go and see it. Give your money to this movie is what I'm saying. No, that's probably the wrong thing to say. Go see it. That's what. Go see it. Have a good time. If you didn't like the first movie or was a little put off by some stuff, I'll put it this way. Either you're going to have the same feelings, or you're going to go in and you're going to be surprised by a lot of stuff, especially the topics on fatherhood. There's a little jab at creation at one point. Not scientific creation, if you catch my drift. But to put it in a nutshell, it's kind of like that Futurama movie, The Beast with a Billion Backs, only done right. Like, legitimately done right. Just in a nutshell, go see it. Hell. That's all I gotta say. Just go see it. Go. Go away from your keyboards and go see this amazing movie. You don't need to hear me yak on anymore. Go. Shoo. Go. The great Oz commands you. Ah!